In a ceremony held in Washington, Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson, alongside U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, deposited the instrument of accession, solidifying Sweden's position as the 32nd member of the transatlantic military alliance.
The Swedes realized something very profound, that if Putin was willing to try to erase one neighbor from the map, then he might well not stop there. And if he was allowed to proceed with impunity, not only would his aggression potentially continue, but would-be aggressors everywhere would get the message that it was open season. And so the Swedish people stood up not only for their own country, but stood up to the common responsibility that we share to try to make sure that the very foundations of the international system that we all rely on to have peace, to have security, to have opportunity, when they were challenged, we were there to defend them.
Prime Minister Kristersson hailed Sweden's admission into NATO as a pivotal moment for the Nordic nation, emphasizing the importance of collective security in today's volatile geopolitical climate.
Sweden is, as was mentioned now, leaving 200 years of neutrality and military non-alignment behind. It is a major step, but at the same time, a very natural step. Membership means that we are coming home to the Alliance for Peace and coming home to the Alliance for Freedom, to which many democracies already belong. Also home to our neighbors' security cooperation, home to the circle of countries where we, for generations, have belonged. We will defend freedom together with the countries closest to us, both in terms of geography, culture, and values.
During his State of the Union address, U.S. President Joe Biden extended a warm welcome to Sweden, acknowledging its newfound role in the alliance.
America is a founding member of NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations, created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever. We welcomed Finland to the alliance last year. And just this morning, Sweden officially joined, and their minister is here tonight. Come here, stand up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And they know how to fight.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian Prime Minister Zelensky congratulated Sweden on its NATO accession, expressing hope for future cooperation between their nations within the alliance.
Sweden is a strong ally and a country that can be trusted, and I congratulate everyone in Sweden and everyone in the Euro-Atlantic area. Ukraine has always supported Sweden in its pursuit of NATO membership, and I thank Sweden for its support of our country. There will be a day when Sweden will be able to congratulate Ukraine on joining the alliance as well. Together, we are always stronger.
However, Russia has been vocal in its opposition to NATO expansion, citing it as a justification for its aggression, particularly in Ukraine.
It is seriously necessary to strengthen the groupings in the Western strategic direction in order to neutralize the threats associated with the next expansion of NATO to the east and the involvement of Sweden and Finland in the alliance. The West provoked conflict in Ukraine, the Middle East, and other regions of the world and continues to lie. Now they say without any embarrassment that Russia allegedly intends to attack Europe, but we simply understand that they are just talking nonsense. And at the same time, they themselves choose targets for striking our territory, choose the most effective, as they think, means of destruction. They started talking about the possibility of sending NATO military contingents to Ukraine. But we remember the fate of those who once sent their contingents to the territory of our country. But now the consequences for possible interventionists will be much more tragic.
The Russian Foreign Ministry had earlier warned of military technical steps in response to Sweden's accession to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. Sweden's path to NATO membership faced obstacles, with objections from NATO members Turkey and Hungary. Turkey raised concerns over Sweden's handling of Kurdish groups it deems as terrorists. while Hungary's President Viktor Orban displayed reluctance, echoing pro-Russian sentiments. After months of delay, both Turkey and Hungary ratified Sweden's admission earlier this year, paving the way for its official inclusion into NATO. As Sweden joins the ranks of NATO, it marks a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape of Europe, with implications for regional security and cooperation.